And welcome back to DeathStryke Media's Force Friday show. It's Friday. We're talking some Star Wars. My name is James Waddington, and I am joined today by the full council. I've got James Armstrong right down the far end over there. I can almost reach you. I got Sean Sharp right here in the middle. And James, how was your week?
Pretty good. Just taking life easy. Nothing really too exciting. Just a relatively boring life at the moment.
Boring. Next, Sean, how about your life? How's your week been?
Of course, tag phrase, better than I deserve.
Zing.
Very hectic.
Good to have you back.
Yeah.
Very hectic as usual.
That's good. That's good.
And you?
I've been good. It's been a kid was sick, so it's always fun. A sick 2-year-old. So other than that, we're doing good. And, we're shooting this show and we're shooting the next show and building upon building this empire we call YouTube.
Yes. Most definitely the highlight of my week.
Wow.
And most people's week. And
And yes, and definitely most people's week. Yes.
Yep. Like in the past, what we've done before, we've given a shout out to YouTubers who've made some contributions to the Star Wars community and the YouTube community as a whole. And this week we're going to recognize the Stupendous Wave. Now, if you haven't actually watched their channel, they go into some deep canon knowledge, and some legend stuff. They cover everything, not just movies, books, comics, anything that's a rumor. They kind of chase it down and see if it's good. I watched their channels a lot for The Force Awakens.
Oh yeah.
And they covered that like stink on poop. So they're pretty good, and they're always on YouTube. They put up videos pretty much every day. So check them out if you like Star Wars and you like dropping some rumor mill stuff. Go check them out. They're pretty good.
We should do the wave for Stupendous Wave.
Start it.
Yeah.
That's
right.
for you.
That was for you.
Never again.
Just to pitch them again, any obscure theory that you ever thought no one else had thought of, they may have already thought of it.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Definitely do your if you need research, definitely check them out.
Yeah, they're very good. Well, if you are a first-time viewer of the Force Friday show, or if you're a returning Patriot, what do you call that? It's Patron. See, I know how to get it eventually. How this show works is we have a handful of Star Wars topics, and we simply just run them down and talk about them. And I believe up first, we're just going to kick it off with the Han Solo movie. Little did we know that while we were all speculating and talking about Wookiees on beaches and drinking rum with them, they set up, shot, and wrapped in Italy. That's done. That included some snowy shots. That they were actually welcome to the snowy weather. They didn't delay filming for that. They filmed in World War I trenches, so that was kind of cool. And by the time they did all this, apparently a major battle took place for this shoot scene, so that's kind of cool. And for the wrap party, they actually invited some of the locals down to the wrap party. Sort of,
cool.
Thank you for letting us invade your little area for a while and enjoy Star Wars. So, how did we miss this information, or did we just get so caught up talking about Wookiees on beaches? Start with you down there, James.
Well, thank God we missed it. I don't think people should feel entitled to spy on film sets, even though it creates good news. Like, let them make the movie in peace and just do their thing, and don't bug the locals. Just let the filmmakers and cast and crew spend their money there, have a good time, and commit to the project without any interference or fear of leaks or anything. And just let them have a good time while they're trying to make this great movie for us to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree with that. How about you, Sean?
I think the term is "bite the hand that feeds you." Comes to mind. Seeing that we are talking about YouTube and YouTube channels that make the bread and butter, so to speak, on topics anyway, on this genre. But I think any more Hollywood, they're so skilled that if they want you to know something, they want you to know something. It's part of the buzz machine that they use to keep the interest going in the interim between different movies coming out. I really personally don't think as tight vaulted as the Lucas clan can be.
Star Wars clan?
Star Wars clan? Yeah. Too many implications there. The fact is, the mafioso, if you prefer, when they let us know something, I've always felt they let us know something. And they keep the buzz rolling. As for Wookiees on the beach, I think even if you told us that, Han Solo is snowboarding, we'd still be focusing on Wookiees on the beach.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. I'm like, yeah, mountains are cool, But Wookiees on beaches sounds really cool.
You know, I'm looking forward to the upcoming Wookiees on the Beach summer cocktail. I mean,
yeah, absolutely,
I've been
yeah.
working on it. Yeah.
It's a nice, summer cocktail drink you can order from your local establishment.
Exactly.
It's a kid friendly one, so no alcohol, obviously. Just
Cantina near you.
it just might have a little hair in it.
Yeah, we'll have hair. It is required. It's flavoring.
Yeah, going back to the filming in Italy at Twin Peaks with the snow, how awesome is that to have snow back in Star Wars? Last time we saw it was like on Hoth, I believe,
right.
yeah. And that was just mainly flat scenes. It wasn't so much.
Desert planets again. All
Yeah,
these desert
I know you don't think of it, but yes, snowy areas are like Hoth. It's technically a desert. It's dead of everything except for snow. So
I was thinking just now because the idea that they filmed in trenches from the Great War made me think, what if there's a chase scene where they're running through a trench, and so instead of a spaceship flying through the Death Star trench, we get trench battles in space. What if it's trench warfare running?
that'd be an interesting kind of callback. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
It'll
cool.
be a twist on it as long as I'm sorry.
As long as they're not, tearing up. And I know they're not tearing up the trenches, but I would like. It kind of reminds me of that scenario. I guess would be akin to maybe The Fugitive, where he's running, he's like running. But I would be down for it. That'd be kind of, or maybe being chased by an aircraft and he's in the trenches, like taking cover, because it's hard to hit something when he's no Luke Skywalker trying to hit a womp rat, right? So.
Right.
I
think it'd be very interesting to see that aspect because it's something about warfare that they've always shot the warfare on a grand scale.
Yeah, we had space battles, and we had Scarif in Rogue One. That was sort of small.
Right,
Yeah.
and I would like to see the
Or
trend
Jeddah.
to keep going.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
Makes it more personal, especially if you're attached to the characters.
Yeah, especially you have a character-driven story like Han Solo. It's all about him, so you get a lot of in-depth look at maybe some personal viewpoints on battles and stuff.
He doesn't do certain things. Or
Yeah,
he
yeah,
does certain things.
exactly.
As for the region they filmed in, it's very otherworldly,
Yeah,
and it's one of these places that you can see why it was picked and why it hasn't been developed. It's very not necessarily inaccessible, but it is, the Italians and the border countries are like, we're just going to leave this nice place alone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like when I looked up photos of it, to me, it reminded me of that one shot in Episode 3 where we got to see a bit of Alderaan.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the first, I guess, Star Wars connection that came to mind with me. So I'm wondering, are they going to that planet specifically, or just some brand new one?
I hope it's a new planet. I mean, they've talked a lot about Corellia and stuff like that, but Corellia was thought of to be a desert planet. Again, we don't know what kind of desert planet, and Lucasfilm has the tendency to take a place, move it digitally, and plant it somewhere else. Like the cantina at Mos Eisley was next to a lake,
Right.
and A New Hope, it's in the desert, so they can do that. So who knows? All I know is it's going to be good and it's going to be amazing. And my waveforms are crazy high, which just doesn't tell me good things. That's okay. I'm not going to fix it.
We're not gonna fix it. We're doing it.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it. Let's go for it.
Keeping with that, doing it. Vanity Fair has done it again. Nice segue, I have to say. With their four cover variants of their recent Vanity Fair features Star Wars Episode 8 characters, beautifully shot, beautifully executed. We got some great cover scenes, great portraits of the stars, of behind the scenes stuff, and of course we got some great Carrie Fisher photos. But I believe the one that I like the best, I don't know if you guys, whatever your ones, is the Carrie Fisher and Billy Lord photo.
Yeah.
That to me was the most beautiful of all of the shots that were there. But there were some amazing ones from the behind the scenes stuff. You had Rian Johnson, Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill just standing around backstage like it was no big deal.
Right.
That to me was just that's so cool.
Hanging out with his dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Hanging out with his dog. Chilling.
James, what do you think about the photos?
Oh yeah, like so much to go around here, and just like in no particular order. We also had a beautiful shot of Laura Dern.
Yes.
This new Resistance leader, and
That's in the red dress, right?
well, it was like a purple pink almost, and she had
And her hair-
purple pink
hair,
hair
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So I can't remember that many humanoid characters with colored hair being in the Star Wars movie. So
That's true.
That'd be
That
new
should be a
on its
first.
own.
That should be a first.
And Laura Dern, always amazing, be it in Jurassic Park or October Sky or her many collaborations with David Lynch.
Let's just keep it in the Jurassic Park because that's the best one.
Yes.
It's like, don't talk about anything. October Sky was a very,
It was.
very
Beautiful movie.
beautiful movie.
Yeah.
Maybe if I whisper, that'll be better.
They're didn't hear that, so I'm gonna not inquire. But I also liked how they had, and I hope I get her name right, Gwendolyn Christie.
Yeah,
as Phasma, and she had her helmet off.
Yeah.
Which might have been just for the photo shoot, but I think it'd be cool if we had like a Predator type reveal where she takes off her helmet and then just beats the hell out of somebody.
Well, funny you should say that. Actually, in the Vanity Fair itself, they had a bit about Captain Phasma's character going forward, and she carries a staff instead of a blaster, which is really cool because that staff apparently extends and retracts, just in case you need to escape a trash compactor again.
Oh, yeah,
And that actually goes back. Apparently, it tells more of who she is and where she comes from. So that's kind of cool how they're kind of like sneaking little things in there like that. Like, oh, by the way, and there was rumored, I remember we covered that new weapons in episode 8. She actually, apparently that was a true rumor that she actually gets a staff. So that, go whoever got that one right.
Was it a staff?
Yeah, it's apparently.
You're not always wrong about things.
Yeah, that wasn't me. That was somebody else. But
Somebody else?
No,
Oh, okay.
I don't speculate on anything. I just read off the interwebs.
I think the tagline I saw when I was looking at the Christie photo was like, "Who gave you permission to take off your helmet?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
She gave herself permission to take off.
that's right.
Well, that's fair enough.
Or is Hux, one or the other.
Yeah, she's her own boss. But,
Yeah. Well, she got the shiny armor, so what are you gonna do?
yeah.
But yeah, that was great. Any more notable photos from the shoot?
Well, as far as the photos go, those are the ones that stood out to me. But the whole review itself was awesome. I love all the details they brought out. Mark Hamill and I had the same problem in that once we start a box of Wheat Thins, we really can't stop. And next thing we know, we're like watching a movie on Turner Classic Movies, and all of a sudden the box is empty. And we're like, oh.
I think that we all have that problem with the Wheat Thins. Wheat Thins are good.
I refuse to have them in the house. But I would say neat thing about the Vanity Fair shoot is for everyone who's been following Star Wars forever, 40 years, and now you're mainstream.
Yeah.
You're canon. You're canon. You are a cultural icon. If you can hit Vanity Fair, yes, they've been cultural icons, cultural. First they were cult classics, then they became cultural themes, but now this is part of Western culture. Anything on Vanity Fair, they really put a lot of thought into what they put into them.
Absolutely.
A lot of people may say, "Oh, it's a fluff magazine." No, there's a lot of in-depth stuff that they do, and the fact that you are now seen worldwide as part of a culture.
Yeah, no, that's very true.
So 40 years, and now you're legit.
We were talking off camera about it took him 40 years to become like a cult. Not really a cult icon, but like cool.
Yeah, nerd
Mainstream.
cool. Mainstream.
Yeah.
I hate using that term, but yes, mainstream.
Close enough.
Yeah, and to a way that's true because like we've talked about before is, but before like, oh, you like Star Wars, you are like a nerd. Don't talk to me. You're never gonna get a girlfriend. And now it's like, what do you mean you don't like Star Wars?
What's wrong with you?
Completely different thing, which is amazing because it's such a wonderful story, and especially what George Lucas said. I know we're off topic with the Vanity Fair thing, but what George Lucas said at Celebration is like it's meant for kids. And it is.
Just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Just leave it at that.
If you leave it like that and you leave it, it's for kids, and you have these compelling stories that have a moral to them. That's brilliant.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe in like 70 years, it'll be taught. It may already being taught at some universities. After all, The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, and other books of that nature, which were originally for kids. People forget for kids, are now being seriously studied for the allegorical references and the references upon culture.
Oh yeah.
So I can easily see that. I mean, they've always equated, at least in the 80s, when after Empire, tying the story work into Joseph Campbell's The Hero's Journey. So, and that was a big book that was very influential on Lucas. He had just finished reading it. So, or at least that's what I understood at the time. Remember, my information is from the 1970s and 80s.
So you have the original canon knowledge.
Yeah, which means nothing now.
Well, as long as it's adapted to the original trilogy, you're good.
Yeah.
So
That was another part that I liked in the Vanity Fair piece about how Rian Johnson said he went back and watched old samurai films as he prepped to work on this movie, which is encouraging for me because we mentioned this last week. My main concern is that they would do too much rehashing of
Empire.
moments from Empire, the same way that Force Awakens was a rehash of A New Hope. But I'm getting to a level where I really trust where Rian Johnson is going to take this film.
yeah. Getting back to the Vanity Fair topic, how about you? Any notable, outstanding photos that you noticed and want to talk about?
It's outstanding. No, I'm too much of a curmudgeon. I thought it was
stick in the mud over there. It's all
I'm always the stick in the mud. Yes. I don't know. I thought it was very nice to show Carrie Fisher and her daughter. I thought that was very touching, especially, when someone has passed on.
And the fact that when I went to Celebration and this photo shoot took place before that, they knew this was coming out, and have Billie Lourd out there talking about her mother this way after doing the shoot. It breaks my heart even more seeing that photo, but that's just me.
She shouldn't tell me these things. Now the cynicism starts to creep in. It's yeah. I try to hold that at bay as best as possible. No, it was all excellent done.
Let go of your hate.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Let it flow through you. That one I could do.
Was the line I hadn't let go of third grade, so long story. So although I did see some other shoots, such as I guess that was part of the Vanity Fair shoot, the Kylo Ren with his saber.
Yeah, that was on that's the bad guy one.
Yeah. I love the fact that they're doing everything.
Yeah, they have
the whole block of characters.
You got the Jedi, you got the Sith, and you got the Resistance fighters, and then there was one more.
All the shots of the cast of characters who are going to be in that high-class casino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about that. I remember that was one of those rumored discussion topics.
Well, I think we were under the impression it'd be like a hive of scum and villainy, like a rustic cantina casino. But no, it's going to be a high-class
casino planet.
Yeah, like
it's like the
Bond
tuxedo. Like tuxedo and tails type setup. Yeah.
What Bond movie?
Casino Royale.
Casino Royale.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's.
So it's still a layer of scum and villainy.
So this
just rich
scum and villainy.
So this could be kind of like Rogue One, a heist movie. If you're out maybe stealing something at the First Order once, and you have to go through a casino, it's James Bond in space.
I can dig that.
Yeah.
I mean, first rule of being a hero: if the bad guy wants it, he can't have it.
Exactly.
So that may be it.
I guess like the one problem does Finn does not have a last name because he was named by Poe. Yeah. But like,
which is the same cell number that Leia was in A New Hope.
Oh, I was not aware of that.
I'm a super sweaty.
Getting X-Files there.
But now, like, how can Finn have a James Bond type moment? Like, what's your name? Finn. Just Finn.
I think he would fit in perfectly. Come on, you're talking about multiple thousands of cultures in one area.
Yeah.
Having a last name may mean that, I don't know, that you're an evil person.
Well, you're from a higher class than the casino likes.
Yeah. I don't know. I've yet to see a casino.
It's a high class scum and villainy place where you only have a first name and or a last name. You can only go by one or the other, so no one quite knows who you are.
Now we're starting to drift from Bond to Eyes Wide Shut. Now
God, not the same.
I know about that. Like as a fan of
I like that movie for different reasons, but whatever.
Did it done.
Exactly.
But no, actually, what you just said reminded me of that oldies tune, Secret Agent Man, where he says, they've taken away your name and given you a number.
Secret
Giving you a number and taking away
your name. Okay, I think I got it backwards. Yeah.
We're not old.
Yeah.
No, really. Yeah.
Well, two of us aren't old anyway.
Wow. Okay, moving on.
Zing.
See, we're close enough for a fist bump. There we go.
Yeah.
I would only add that, one final thing with the photos that, I shouldn't give people the impression that I only trash Force Awakens because
you trash other things.
No matter how much, but no matter how much I thought the plot was a rehash, I love the new characters, specifically Finn and Poe's bromance. And I like how Poe Dameron has a new jacket, and I want to know how he gets that jacket.
Well, he knows a lot of tailors on whatever planet he's on, so he's got new jackets.
See, I have
he stole it from the casino planet.
See, that's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping Finn goes down to the casino and they get whatever they need, and he has kind of a Sin City moment where he knocks a guy down and says, "That's one mighty fine coat that you're wearing," and he just steals the coat and gives it to his friend Poe Dameron, and their bromance continues. I want the jacket to have a story.
I was going to Hallmark moment, and you went completely different than what I was thinking. But moving on.
No, that was a good scene in Sin City. I like that one. That was good. That was really good. I'm gonna add one more thing into this. Is there's a interesting little quote that was tucked in there from Pablo Hidalgo, of course, part of the story group, and it is officially of the Star Wars story group has now confirmed that they no longer think of Rey's lightsaber as Anakin's lightsaber anymore. It is now 100% Rey's lightsaber.
Good.
So it's hers, 100% hers. It's not Luke's. It's not Anakin's. Straight up hers. So now you know it's completely her lightsaber.
Well, that's all well and good, but it's like Excalibur. Who wielded Excalibur before Arthur? Who wielded it before Uther? Where did the damn thing come from?
Yeah, well, we know where it came from, but now it's 100% Rey's. It's no one else's. So, and there's on that we're gonna throw in some speculation real fast. A lot of people are saying now that Luke isn't gonna have a lightsaber at all in the Force, or not Force Awakens, the Last Jedi, because he's grown past that. He's become more powerful than Yoda, and has no need of a lightsaber anymore. Which is funny, because if they did that, they would bring back some of the old canon stuff, the legend stuff, where a very powerful Jedi Knight or Sith could actually go out and just grab a lightsaber blade and nothing would happen to them, because they can channel the Force that way. That'd be very interesting if they took that approach and brought that back into canon. Very interesting.
Now, if he's more powerful than Yoda kind of scenario, it's like, I have a lightsaber. Why are you looking up? In an asteroid, kind of thing.
So we have Chewie getting hit by a moon all over again. Yeah, so there you go.
It's like,
with great power comes great responsibility until you have
you pick up a
moon.
We saw Vader use that tactic in the old movies where he was hurling stuff at people.
Exactly. Yeah. He just had his lightsaber and turned it off and started throwing stuff at Luke.
Let's say there's going to be plenty of things around. Lightspeeder, boom.
Oh yeah.
X-wings, TIE fighters. He's just going to pull them all in.
Yeah. Well, that's just something to speculate on.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of that idea, because I know that when Episode 2 was coming out, we all got hyped about the idea of Yoda having a lightsaber, and we thought it was cool to see him in action fighting. But as the years went by, we thought, he should be above that, and it should have been just a battle of the Force between him and Dooku. And so,
well, we all know Yoda was gonna win that anyway, because he had Dooku with the Force signing, and Yoda was like, "Nope, not today, fool." So
no, it was a good fight scene. It's just that Yoda.
It would have been. Yeah, I know. We all know how the battle between Yoda and Sidious ended, because we saw it happen on screen. But that was a much more close battle than we would have seen with Yoda and Dooku any day.
Oh
so.
yeah.
But I like the idea of Luke going past all that, and just a Jedi should not be based only on the lightsaber that they have. Or like there's even that deleted scene where Maz Kanata used some of the Force, and she doesn't have well, she owned a lightsaber, but she didn't wield one.
There was a deleted scene, and they cut it out.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I said deleted.
Did you?
I think.
I'm sure he did.
Maybe.
I'm just a little crazy.
He said deleted.
Okay.
Yay, witness.
Yeah.
One other point I was going to make. This channel that I've mentioned before that I'm a big fan of, Bandit Incorporated. He did a really cool fan fiction video, and I'm not normally a fan fiction fan in any way, shape, or form, but his was actually pretty cool, where he redid the prequel trilogy, and he had one specific point of Episode 3 where like across the galaxy, Palpatine and Yoda had a weird battle of the Force.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and just the way that he executed it and the way he described it in the story, so cool. I would highly recommend y'all check out that video if you haven't.
I'll go check it out. Yeah.
I think this is a guy that I've run across before. Is he the one that had the Uncle Owen storyline? He redid.
Don't know.
No, it's interesting. One of the fan fictions out there, and he does it by cartoon storyboarding. It's on YouTube. I'll have to find it for you guys. It was fantastic because it helped explain why Uncle Owen was so dedicated in protecting Luke, not just some Jedi shows up out of the desert.
Oh yeah,
that kind of thing.
I know Owen was featured, fairly prominently. In his storyline.
There was a comic about that, about how Owen actually kills Darth Maul.
That's something new. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It was a Legends comic now, but yeah.
But now it goes back that he apparently knew Anakin, and he was part of the rebellion as well. He left.
Oh yes, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So a guy kind of did this fan fiction of why Owen was important and why Obi-Wan could trust him with the kids with the kid. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. Sometimes fan fiction fills in and makes better than I think the story teams do. Yes, I said that. Yeah, I know. Hate mail. I got it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we've only had one negative comment because it's the only comments we get. So,
say something, people.
Anything, good or bad, we'll take it. Keeping with the off-topic thing we had with Vanity Fair, was a Reddit guy named David Camp who actually got to, interview Rian Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy, and a few other folks from the Vanity Fair shoot. And he went in to talk about the production overlap time between the Last Jedi and Rogue One, cast chemistry, who Benicio del Toro's character is, who is Snoke, creative leeway, Carrie Fisher, the tone of The Last Jedi, and a couple other things. Now he did say, or in the interview, it said that the difference, the overall, I guess, production timing between Last Jedi and Rogue One, they only mashed up like a little bit, and there was no actual in between Rian Johnson and
J.J. Abrams.
no, there's Last Jedi and Rogue One.
Oh, Gareth Edwards.
Gareth Edwards, and that although I'm sure they would have been happy to talk to each other, nothing really took place because it was the production times, although were the same time, two different places of the planet, so not exactly can't talk much and collaborate on a whole lot of things. Cast chemistry apparently was fantastic. Everyone works well together, no dramas or issues, which is always good to hear. Apparently they feed the cast and crew probably lots of sugar and make sure everything's happy all the time because it's Disney. But I'm sure there's some deep down dark stories that we're not hearing.
There's that one Twilight's an episode where everyone's happy in the future and they have a drink called Instant Smile. It's kind of menacing actually when you watch the episode.
Exactly. But the couple of big things on it were Benicio del Toro's character. We got a character name. Name is DJ.
It's gonna drop a few beats.
Yeah. Apparently,
that was my first thought.
A lot of a couple of fans have pointed out that the two names used by Kanan and Rebels, one started with a D and the other one started with a J. So people are still speculating, it's been debunked by the Lucasfilm Story Group that it still might be Ezra from Rebels, but unlikely. So we'll see. And another big thing is no Snoke, or they're not getting into the whole theory of Snoke and who Snoke is in the Last Jedi, which is kind of what we speculated on. I think when we talked about, they're probably going to save that to the very end. Maybe it turns out he is Palpatine, just not Palpatine at the same time, like a clone. They bring back the whole cloning thing. I don't know. What are you, James? What are your thoughts on all these little tidbits coming out of the Reddit article?
Oh, good stuff.
Because you know how liable that is.
Yeah, right. I didn't read too much of it because
it's Reddit.
It's Reddit. It's Reddit. I'm like,
but he's actually relatively credible. This guy, he did sit down and have a phone conversation with these people. So
okay,
at least it's relatively credible that way.
I did like the one shot that we had of Benicio del Toro's character.
Yeah, in the Vanity Fair one. Yeah,
and kind of continuing the theme I seem to be on today. I think he had a really cool jacket. It was very Blade Runner like.
Very Blade Runner. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. He just took it from the set of Sin City and just added a different color.
Exactly, yeah. Like Mickey Rourke is gonna have a cameo where he beats him up and gets his jacket back.
God, I hope so. Love Mickey Rourke. Good stuff. But yeah, so are you satisfied with not too much Snoke stuff in Last Jedi?
Yeah, save it for the movie.
Yeah. I think
so. I'd like
episode 9 anyway.
Yeah, like episode 9 for Snoke reveal.
Yeah.
Because once again, is he a big player? Sure, he seems to be.
But that was a big thing with Palpatine or the Emperor. We didn't see the Emperor in the Star Wars. Dang it!
He was
A New Hope. He wasn't in A New Hope at all.
No, not at
but
all.
we didn't even see him until really, I think, Empire Strikes Back, and it was only for like a brief couple.
One scene,
yeah. Then he really played a big part in number 9.
Jedi.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you. I'm getting my numbers confused.
Yeah, I know. So I thought we weren't going by numbers. Disney, you keep telling us we're not.
Numbers, titles, they're dropping things, not dropping things. We're going to go with the flow.
As for the cast getting along, it's a little disappointed because those are always the best stories.
Yeah,
but it's to be expected. I mean, come on, you have people who've been making everyone on that list, except for a few, maybe 3, have been making movies for decades.
That's very true. Yeah, you have Daisy Ridley, John Boyega. Those are the first 2 I can think of that I really haven't. And the guy who plays the new Chewie hasn't really been in a whole lot of things either. So,
but everyone else involved,
definitely have been.
They're used to it. There's not going to be like craft service drama, I don't think.
No, I wanted the cheese puffs, not these.
Not these. I want a jar full of M&Ms.
Mark Hamill ate all the wheat thins.
That's probably true. He'd probably eat a whole lot of wheat thins. Or some beard stimulant. I don't know what he had.
Yeah. I know we try to keep the cursing at a minimum, but this is a quote. But I love the line that Carrie Fisher gave John Boyega because
I read that.
Yeah, because there had been some online hate at his character because
a black person.
There's a black stormtroopers. They're all clones and they're never black, and so this is different. And so I'm offended by it. And then Carrie Fisher just said, boo-hoo, fuck them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's why we love Carrie Fisher. She speaks her mind.
Best way to handle it. The thing is, 1, he's not a clone.
No, he was pulled from stock.
Right.
Yeah.
And 2, So you're upset that the clone people, the Polynesian clone stock, you prefer that?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
What is this?
Look how well that did for you.
Yeah.
Need some diversity.
Yeah, diversity is supposedly good. You know, if you notice all these guys in the similar uniforms, not a lot of diversity.
That's right.
Not a lot of diversity whenever the uniforms come out.
Yeah, but that was always a big key difference between the Imperial, and Navy and Army versus the Resistance / Rebellion is that you had the Imperial Navy, or an army which was mostly Caucasian whites or whoever, and human,
And
British, and then you had you had the Resistance or rebels who have everybody, every make, model, color, style,
Americans.
Yeah, pretty much. And so that to me was, people get pissed off like, hey, there's a black man and a white stormtrooper taking his helmet off, and Carrie Fisher, of course, tells it like it is and how it should be. That reminds me of what Carrie Fisher said to Daisy Ridley, because Daisy Ridley was having some embarrassing moments and stuff like that, and she couldn't quite get over it, and some stuff was being said about her as well. And Carrie Fisher told her, I can't remember the exact quote, was, "You're supposed to enjoy those kind of moments. Those are the best ones. Don't worry about them. Just enjoy them."
See, the newest thing about Carrie Fisher that has come out only recently is something I've seen online, and it really sums it up for me anyway. Is like, even on your best day, you're not going to be as cool as Luke Skywalker being handed a beer by Carrie Fisher.
That is so true. In an X-wing, mind you.
In an X-wing, and I'm like, I looked at it and went, damn. Because
All the cool
they're
stuff
right.
I did.
Yeah.
No, that's totally cool. I mean, that photo that came out was a couple weeks ago. It was just.
I haven't seen this, but I want to.
It came out. It was one of I can't remember what outlet dropped it or if it was from an official, unofficial source. But it was literally a behind the scenes shoot of Mark Hamill sitting in his X-wing. It was Empire Strikes Back behind the scenes, and you see Carrie Fisher, who was in her Hoth uniform or Hoth garb. And he's handing Mark Hamill a beer, and he's like, "I got a beer."
Big tall boy.
Big tall boy.
I mean, he definitely looked like a farm boy then. You know, it's like, aha.
I got my beer in my plane. I'm gonna go dust cropping, crop dusting, or whatever way I want to say that.
I'm getting misty-eyed hearing about that. That sounds
like,
beautiful.
Yeah, it's just the fact that no matter how, you will never be as cool.
Yeah,
at that moment.
I totally agree.
Although, kids, do not fly an X-wing under the influence of alcohol. Okay.
You give your X-wing to me and let me fly it under the influence of alcohol.
I'm sure there's a galactic Uber out there. Be wise.
But they're A-wings and they blow up easy.
I would love to see a Imperial cop and a TIE fighter pull someone over for flying a spacecraft while drunk.
How can you tell?
Yeah,
where are the lines?
You're in three directions there.
Well, you got the Falcon, and it's just bobbling back and forth.
Yeah, but you're just, you're not drunk. You're just weaving, wobbling in your car. I mean, is there like space highway patrol?
Hey, flying through space ain't like dusting crops, kid.
See what you did there?
Finally, yeah. The harpoons come out.
Yes. How about you, Sean? Any theories on Del Toro's character, or stuff like that? Del Toro.
No, to me, he looked like he was still doing, like a photo shoot from his film Serpico, or any of his other films involving drug trafficking. Or wait a minute, that's like 90% of his films.
He was also in Sin City.
Yeah, also Sin City. Wow,
nice circular.
To me, he's still the Gonzo Doctor of Law, and if you get that reference, that's bonus points. So it's hard for me to see. He's like, I play a sinister character named DJ. Okay, so you still look cool, dude. You still look cool.
They found him on the side of the road in a Cadillac in Backcountry.
Yeah. It's a shame that his name isn't DG. He could be Dr. Gonzo.
I think secretly that's what they're all going by.
It's probably so. That's probably so true.
Han Solo. DJ. Oh no, going down the wrong road.
Yeah, no. We're gonna change topics before this gets completely out of control. Also, in that same article on the Reddit thing, or the Vanity Fair thing, they actually got to sit down with John Boyega. Actually, this EW got to sit down. It wasn't Vanity Fair. It was EW got to sit down with John Boyega at Star Wars Celebration. I don't know why this is just coming out now, but talked to him about Finn's lightsaber injury, where Finn's going to be mentally in The Last Jedi, and he goes on to say that. Finn is in a bad way. He is in a coma from the lightsaber incident, and he's gonna it's gonna be a long road to recovery. But spoiler alert, he does recover, and he goes on a really fantastic quest or mission with Kelly Marie Tran's character Rose, and for a resistance sort of mission to really help them out. I don't probably know. It's going to be at the casino planet, so it's probably stealing something or getting information from something. So that's
and getting a new jacket for Poe.
Getting a new jacket for Poe.
Italian leather.
But what caught me is like the time frame it's taking Finn to recover from a lightsaber injury. Has it really been that long since we've had major lightsaber injuries in the Star Wars galaxy? Your thoughts?
Well, yeah.
Is medical declining, like medical care declining in that aspect?
Well, it's not a pre-existing condition.
Zing.
So, yeah, probably. I think you mentioned that in a few shows back. Yeah, it or one of y'all did. Yeah, it is not an injury that they've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I wonder how really different a lightsaber stabbing or injury is from a blaster injury. They both kind of
both plasma, right?
Yeah, both plasma, laser, insert, proper term
here. Science term here.
Science term here, please. Comment, please. Yeah, but like, I would think it'd be close to fixing a blaster wound. Although I like the, I'm tripping over my tongue. I like the idea of him being in a Bacta suit almost while he's healing.
It looked like a Bacta transport pod or something. It was very cool looking.
Like I'm wondering, is that a full-on pod? Or
it looked like a pod. He refers to it as a pod, I think.
Okay, well, like, I wonder if that thing like even does it have legs? Is it portable, or is he just stationary the whole time?
I'm guessing he's on the from the trailer we got. I'm guessing it's part of he's in that area that gets attacked from the First Order. Of course, we see Poe's X-wing gets blown up again. He needs to switch aircraft because he keep getting them destroyed. But
fly the Falcon.
Yeah, there you go. I'm guessing it's in a portable Bacta tank. That way they can ship him in and out of places. Because remember, he kind of was the hero of Starkiller Base getting destroyed. Other than Poe, he got him into the base. That was a key thing. So they're gonna hold on to him as long as they can. They'll use all of their bits and bobs for medical reasons to get him in and out as quickly and as safely as possible.
So you should always respect your janitorial staff.
Exactly.
Never underestimate that. Always take care of your housekeepers. Yeah. For me,
also called house creeping because they know more than you think they know about.
Oh yeah, they will, especially in hotels. So
or hospitals.
But one aspect of him taking so long, one thing I have observed on the medical point, purely from like a neutral standpoint, is the fact that this is a culture that apparently would prefer to lop something off and then give you cybernetics.
Ooh. Oh yes, that's actually a good point because everyone, a lot of people do that. And Finn, we don't know how extensive that injury was. Maybe we'll actually get into it in the Last Jedi, but it might have severed his spinal cord. Yeah, that it very well might have.
So you look at
cybernetic spine. That'd be kind of it extends.
They have technology to fly the galaxy. Build sentient machines, and you get an artificial limb. It's like you'd think they would have figured something else out regeneratively.
Yeah,
but they seem to be okay with replacing parts instead of trying to fix the parts. It's like, well, let's just make a decision, throw it off, get something new on there. Trust me, it'll with the warranty, you'll love it. Get the extended.
Is it like a 50,000 mile warranty on this thing?
Yeah,
50,000 grips. Is that what it is? I don't know.
It just seems that in the culture, from a lot of the characters we've seen on film, there's a lot of like amputation with cybernetics. Is a theme that they would seem to
Vader, Anakin.
Saul,
yeah, Saul's got a lot of missing parts. We're expecting something probably from Rey's character might get lopped off.
It's tradition.
It's tradition. So
Obi-Wan never lost anything.
Well, he's the damn good Jedi.
Yeah, he's Obi-Wan. You can't use him as the standard.
That's right.
I'm going to. I have high expectations.
Yeah, well, we don't actually know if he had any cybernetics because he spent a lot of time in the desert.
Okay.
The last time we saw him, he was on Tatooine. He had a long cloak on. It was long, but he had a regular hand. But they had fake skin back then, so who knows? Maybe he kept it up with some backwater Tatooine, Mos Eisley sort of arm facility or whatever.
And how do we know that something didn't happen to Yoda?
We don't.
Yeah, exactly.
There's not much known about Yoda, and I think they're going to keep it that way.
So even in a galaxy far, far away, healthcare in the Star Wars universe will cost you an arm and a leg.
Womp womp womp. That one was kind of bad.
I know,
but it was good.
But anything, if he is someone who has a massive spinal injury, it'll be interesting how they address it with cybernetics. If they do, or will they unveil the fact that they can totally regenerate.
You know, it's funny. I know that I just thought of this, and I have Guardians of the Galaxy on my mind, but they use a lot of cybernetics, and was it Gamora? Not Gamora.
Nebula.
Nebula. Maybe they can do a crossover comic with Guardian because they're both Marvel, right? They're both
Disney.
Disney is Marvel, right? Because Disney bought Marvel. So they could do a crossover, right? That would make sense.
Like Disney bought Marvel Studios. Marvel Studios is still their own thing. They were in existence before they were bought by Disney. Like
same thing with Lucasfilm.
Okay.
I think you really have to parse it out because when they sold Marvel to Disney, there were some characters and some stories that they separated out, and Disney got the rest of them.
Well, it's always been that way.
Yeah. So
since the 90s. Yeah.
We'll talk about that on another show. But
no. Speaking of limbs, did y'all notice in the photo of Anthony Daniels in the 3PO suit that he has his regular arm?
He got his gold.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't recognize him because he had a red arm last time, so now we get to recognize him again. So that's good.
Yeah. I'm more impressed with the fact he could still fit in that outfit.
No
what
kidding.
What diet is this guy on? As a fat man, I'm like, how did you...
So apparently, did you know that he was a mime before he actually got into Star Wars?
I was aware of that.
Yes. I learned that during Celebration. I had no idea. I was like... That makes sense.
it's the Lon Chaney effect.
Yeah.
Lon Chaney had parents that were deaf, right? And he did all his communication through miming, and then he got into acting and special effects.
Yeah, so that's good. I had no idea, but throwing that out there.
Oh, well. Learn something new every canon.
You miss things, okay? You miss some things. There's holes in my knowledge. That was apparently one of them. That's okay. Not really necessary on a trivia knowledge, but it's still good to know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like at first they were gonna use someone else's voice for 3PO and just have him in the suit, but
he was like, no,
yeah, I think
he was giving Alan Tudyk crap for being K2SO and doing mostly digital. He was like, because Alan Tudyk was talking to Anthony Daniels, he's like, oh yeah, I'm being the new droid in Rogue One. He's like, do you get to wear a suit? And he was like, no, I got stilts and I'm doing CGI. He's like, you're an ass. And Anthony Daniels walked away.
Dude, it's like he pulled his street cred. Oh, you're not encased in like 200-degree armor and 9,000 degree. He's like, you're not hardcore, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not hardcore.
But K2SO is such an awesome character.
But walking on stilts is still something, right?
No. Anybody can walk on stilts.
Okay.
I beg to differ, but it's the fact that.
Okay, most people. Well,
like on kind of rocky terrain sometimes.
I'm
you got to give him credit where it's credit's due. But you have Anthony as the original lovable droid with his new smartass droid going, "You're an ass."
See, for years I've wanted to suit a plate mail that looked like C-3PO.
That'd be fantastic.
Just think about it, because it's the same stuff.
Can you imagine being on horseback as a joust in 3PO's armor and having R2D2 painted on the shield?
Actually, the idea was already out there, but
that would be amazing.
That and like some of our friends wanted me to have the Legend of Zelda colors on the shield. And pattern.
That's I can see that.
Also, Boba Fett.
That's
another idea.
Well, if someone does do that, I hope they get just
props credit there.
No, I hope they get knocked off the horse and injured in the 3PO outfit because 3PO is the real ass.
Disagree. I'm sticking with my
R2's the real ass because he never tells anybody anything, and he's never got his memory wiped.
Yeah, but 3PO is always insulting R2. Like, no, I don't like you either.
Well, we don't know what 3PO or R2D2 is saying. He could go off and be like using a string of cuss words at poor C-3PO. That's all we can't understand him.
I'm starting to see that we're going to get into family counseling about a bad relationship here, codependence.
Yeah, it's all good in the family. Anyway, so we talked about that. We'll go on to the next topic, I suppose. Nice, I kill the mood by switching topics. That's how we do it. We're going to close out the show with a closing story of Han Solo. We begin with Han Solo. We'll end with Han Solo. There's a sneak photo leaks of the shoot at the power plant in England. I'm sure it was probably locals there, maybe, or I'm hoping it wasn't part of the crew. I really hope so because they got fired, and no one wants that. But anyway, these photos got leaked of Alton Ehrenreich in the Han Solo getup, or what his getup is going to be in the Han Solo movie, in what appears to be a pod car. I'm guessing the wheels will be edited out for CG.
I hope not.
But the appearance of these vehicles, and there's other photos of other vehicles, looks like something straight out of Mad Max and Fifth Element. Very cool looking, nothing we've ever seen before. I would say very backcountry, I guess you could not only backcountry, but trailer parkish of the Star Wars world.
Yeah.
You slapdash together, got your old truck that you fixed 10,000 times. It's got 400,000 miles on it, held together with duct tape, baling wire, and some hope.
Okay, so
That's kind of what it looks like.
So you have Han Solo fleeing from the Imperials in a vehicle with wheels. I think it'd be cool if.
Keep the wheels.
Yeah, keep the wheels. Let Han Solo burn some rubber, and he's got his like a case of alcohol in the back of his trunk. And he's just on the highway, and he finally loses them, and he picks up a hitchhiker named Chewbacca.
Yeah, I was about to say, I have a feeling where this was going.
We have Smokey and the Bandit.
The original.
I love it.
Galaxy Far, Far Away. I think, I guess for me, is that if keep wheels, no wheels, as we have observed in like our pre-notes, is everything in the universe there hover.
Yeah. No, that was a good point. Like, we saw some hover tanks in Rogue One, but we see ground combat. They weren't wheeled. They were hover tanks, I think.
But you also have walker thingies.
But they have walkers. They have AT-ATs, AT-STs, and AT-ACTs.
My impression was that the tank in Rogue One had like
Did they have wheels?
treads under the
Maybe they did have
bottom
treads.
there.
So yeah, maybe so.
It's like we're gonna have to watch the movie
we
again.
gotta watch. Oh, dang the luck! Gotta watch more Star Wars. But yeah, we don't see a whole lot of ground moving vehicles. I mean, we got some in the hangar bays, and we get some maybe in Rogue One. I'm pretty sure you're right.
They're either levitating or walkers.
Walking.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So it'll be really cool and interesting to see something on wheels.
Yeah, it'd just be also, do you always need a hovercraft? You know?
You don't have to over-engineer everything.
Right. Plus, it may be really cool to see that this was something he had built completely on his own.
Yeah, put some thrusters on the back of it. You go really fast.
Or maybe it's a surprise, like, I don't know, the wheels fold up and he flies away.
Like Back to the Future style.
Yeah, something. No, I think it'd be interesting because we've seen the high
We
end.
gotta go back to 1988. We got to go. Like, wait a minute.
We've seen the high end part of the galaxy. There's always got to be a low end, such as Tatooine and other places out there where you see them still riding animals.
Oh yeah, we had Tatooine. They rode animals in Tatooine. They rode animals in Jakku.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it's the other Tatooine. Why does everyone go back to Jakku? But yeah, no. We got spacecraft, riding animals, and wheel cars.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, there's already speculation that maybe the Kessel Run race will be featured in the movie. At least some people wonder.
Maybe it's actually like a land thing. But no, they've actually covered that. It's actually a space thing. But they plotted out like maybe on a road like.
But let's not forget that in the story that we're referencing, I hope you guys are getting the references that the story that the character was covering was a race.
Yeah, it was a race.
Yep, it was a race. So, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Go watch it.
Good movie.
Yeah.
And Han Solo and Chewie should totally just trash out a hotel room and just go nuts.
They both take death sticks and walk into the casino.
Yes, now we're talking.
That's how they make their appearance.
I'm loving this.
I need to get out of here, man. Why? Because my line of credit just ended. We need to go now.
Oh man, I can't think. But there's lizard people around, and there might actually be lizard people in this.
That's true. Maybe actually, I mean, it's like you spent the Hutt's money on what?
Oh,
That would be the next question.
Death sticks. That's what the Kessel Run is. It's the drug running. It's the smuggler's run, right?
Smuggler's Run.
Yeah.
Smuggler's Run. And they're not crashing the National Conference of District Attorneys. It's like the National Conference of Imperial Governors or something.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, that's probably not the plot point, but we're saying that I'm saying this right now. That has to happen. We need a Star Wars adaptation of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas with Han and Chewie, and if not Han and Chewie, we need like Han and Han sidekick, maybe not Chewie.
Or Lando.
Lando.
Yeah.
We could do Han and Lando. And then that would be absolutely. We have cameos of like Princess Leia coming in the hotels, like in the. Oh man, that would be so.
I'm going with like Finn and Poe.
Yeah, the Finn and Poe could work. I mean, maybe they could do another Gonzo book, but
Yeah.
But Fear and Loathing, I think, has to be. You have to have Han and Chewie, or Han and Lando. You got to pick one or the other.
Yeah, but you'd have to have the translation.
Or not. You have the translation when they're on drugs. Don't do drugs, kids, but you have the translations when they're on. We finally get to hear what Chewie sounds like. And when they're off drugs at the beginning of the film, in the middle of the film, and the end of the film, we know exactly what he sounds like. But the in between bits, we're like, I don't have a, yeah. So yeah, okay. Anyway,
I like it.
that's my thing. I'm sticking to it.
I think we could make this work. For those of you who are very creative, think about it. Mashup between Fear and Loathing, Star Wars. Why can't this happen?
I'm already thinking of some drawings I want to do. Yeah.
Why can't this be a thing?
Please comment if you think it's a good idea or not. Come up with your own ideas. Whatever Star Wars type things you want to have an adaptation of. So we could do Fear and Loathing Las Vegas, maybe a Pirates version. A Star Wars version of a Pirates movie. That'd be kind of silly and fun. Keeping it in the Star Wars or the Disney family, we could maybe do one of Justice League or Avengers. That'd be kind of fun.
Avengers? I could see that. Yeah.
Well, like a crossover? Is that
No. Like an adaptation. Like you cast the entire cast of like Avengers, but with characters from
Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they may have the same powers, but give them weirder powers
Yeah, I was
from
gonna
Star
say,
Wars.
that'd be hard to match, but we should think about it.
Yes, whatever you can think of, please comment and let us know what you guys think, because that Fear and Loathing one just was outstanding. That was a good one. You guys have anything else?
Well, yeah. I feel like throughout these shows we've been building our own cinematic universe. Like now we have the Han Solo, Chewie, Fear and Loathing, Las Vegas. Early on we had a Obi-Wan movie where it's Obi-Wan Kenobi insurance salesman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we got all kinds of good spin-offs.
And remember, Snoke is a little tiny guy on a ship, and he's covered in grease. You're never gonna get him. Just keep that in mind.
All right.
You guys got anything else? I'm out of topics. You good?
I'm good. That's it.
All right. Yeah. Well, that'll have to do it for the show. We're gonna end on that slightly awkward moment of the little tiny Snoke. But again, like, subscribe, share, comment, do all those fun things. You can follow us on YouTube. You can hit us up on Facebook. We've got some movie reviews up there right now. We've got a King Arthur and the Legend of the Sword, and then we've got Alien Covenant up there right now. So go check those out, like, comment on those. And I think that's gonna do it. So we'll see you guys next week, same time, same place on the YouTubes, and we'll see you guys later. See ya.
Later.